bit. They had some issues, and it's just
No.
and he
The
might be
Michigan
the
State game, they
yeah.
lost.
That's what I mean. He might be the best coach.
Yeah,
in,
30 yards or something at halftime.
you know, it's him or Saban who the best coach in football is, and just that's just an example. When you guys, you
Brian
can't,
Kelly.
Don't get me started. Well, okay, there's an example. This is the best Notre Dame has looked so far under Brian Kelly, and that includes.
What is their record right now? I don't even
They're
know.
5-1.
Okay.
And that
And they
includes
lost to?
Georgia.
Okay, yeah, Georgia. That's a good loss.
And that includes when they were in 2012 when they went undefeated. I think this is the best they've looked, and this is the first time he's not calling plays.
And they don't have any marquee guys really on their team, do they?
No, it's
Wimbush
just-
is out. Is he still out?
He was able to play last week in an emergency, but they didn't have to use him, which is
Okay.
good. So, I mean, there's another example. I think we talked earlier in this year about how they updated their strength program. Knock on wood, but they're in a bye week. This is the least injuries they've had at this point in the year under his entire tenure. So look what a strength program does. Look at how your strength coach is probably him or the guy from Stanford are probably the two best in the country. And look at your guys when they come in as freshmen to when they leave. I mean, there's a physical difference.
Developing players.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, real quick, Indians got any chance on Wednesday?
I will
And
be
we're taping
there
Tuesday.
I will be there with the legendary Jeff Markovich. I'm sure there'll be a lot of food consumed, a lot of conversation that I won't be
A
able
lot
to
of
say.
food consumers for sure.
A lot of conversation that I won't be a part of. I'll just be listening the entire time. But we're gonna go up to the game. I think they do. I think. Hey, what else do you want but the best pitcher in
Game
baseball
5. I mean,
pitching at home, coming off a bad outing?
It's a closeout game. They're 0-4 in their last closeout game.
And I actually think I agreed with
0-4.
something that your brother Ray said on Facebook the other day. He said, if you're up 2-0 and Kluber, Carrasco, and Bauer all pitch and you don't win, you don't deserve to
I
win.
agree.
Yeah, and I 100% agree with that
I
statement.
agree. And I kind of feel that way. And I hate to say this because I like Mooney. Losing a book, though, I mean, I don't know if they're really going to have to up their game because you lose the book, though. And I'm sure Bookdale's not terrible. But you got to beat Bookdale if you want to. That's one of your breather games
I
on
think
your
that
schedule.
Mooney's schedule is exponentially easier than Urson's schedule. I mean, and just looking at it, like you said,
Can Urson beat Mooney this year?
if Buckdale can,
I guess.
why can't anybody at this point?
But is that rivalry? Does it really not matter what the records are?
It does.
Does
I
it
mean,
really?
excuse me. Well, I mean that is a game where you throw the records out. It's very rare that
you've seen it. The better team has lost.
It's very rare
Right?
that it's lopsided. Yeah, and I've also you're right. I have seen the better team lost. I mean, when I was actually in 7th or 8th grade, Urson was loaded, and I got in Patsy Maley ripped him up from Mooney for almost 300 yards rushing. So now, I mean, there's been
remember
times
that
when
name.
my senior year, talent-wise, they had Zorich, McCarthy, all them guys. They put it on us pretty good. But then Urson had a Keith Teague and them guys. They put it on Mooney. So yeah, it is a records out the window. But this year, I mean, I think they'd both like to throw their records out the window at this point. So I don't know. It could be a good game. Last year was cold and rainy and boring, but
Cavs start their season next Tuesday. Dwayne Wade's in the starting lineup. I
Yeah.
love it. You had this team 3 years ago, it'd be like, wow, look at all.
Oh, exactly.
Look at all the all-stars they
Listen,
got.
I mean, I think they got better in the
I did too.
offseason.
They're deeper.
I would say.
Look, they got Tristan Thompson and J.R. Smith on the bench.
I think they're. I'm not saying they're better. They're deeper than Golden State.
They're deeper.
So now it's just got to be healthy.
And maybe Durant gets hurt.
Hopefully they can
They
limit.
need an injury.
Oh, exactly.
They've been.
Listen, we talked about this last week. Oh yeah, I want to beat a team at their best. No, I'd rather Durant and Curry be out.
Yeah,
for the
why not?
finals.
Heck yeah.
I don't.
We
care.
play without Kyrie and,
exactly.
and Kevin Love.
Yeah, there's
the
no
first year.
I just want to win.
Yeah,
It's the
and
same
while
idea.
LeBron's here, and I think he's going to stay
Like I
here.
said,
I'm one of the few who think he's going to stay here.
Coming off the bye, if Sam Darnold's out against USC when Notre Dame plays them, they didn't. I don't care. I just want to beat USC.
And that's where at Notre Dame.
Yeah, and I'm sure
That's a game you should go to.
I'm sure you wouldn't shed a tear if Barkley was out in a couple weeks, right?
No, I mean it is what it is.
Yeah.
Next man up. Mm-hmm. We've dealt with it.
I don't want to go because I'm different than you. I'm not a big fan of watching football games live. I like to watch them on my TV. I like the angles. I like the replays, and just Notre Dame Stadium. I love Notre Dame. It's boring. Our atmosphere. I'll give you a quick story. I know we got to wrap up. We're playing Utah a few years ago, and at the time Utah was like the 13th ranked team in the country.
Post Urban
Yeah,
Meyer?
Post Urban Meyer. Utah's like 13th in the country. Notre Dame was just an okay team that year. It's 3rd and 1 in our end zone where I'm at. I'm standing up going crazy. Guys screaming at me. You need to sit down. I'm an alumni. I've been here for years. I'm like, this is why we lose to Tulsa
Yeah.
at home. You know, these are the reasons
I
why.
agree.
Just
Yeah.
you know, at Ohio State, I wasn't even an Ohio State fan. I saw them play USC in that game where was the record attendance, and I think some old lady slapped me in the face because I wasn't standing up on 3rd and 1. So I mean, there's the difference. That's why you guys win big games at home.
Well, it's been fun to
So.
just be able to see some great ball games there.
Now,
Penn,
for some
Penn State's the next big one.
Now, if you don't, now I also watched the entire Wisconsin-Nebraska game. If you don't beat Nebraska
come on.
by 21 points, then at least I think
It's
the
gonna
line's
be
24.
50-7.
Should
These
be a
are
bloodbath,
next,
yes.
next couple. Well, Penn State, you can't say that, but
Yeah.
that'll be the game they had to win.
Yep.
Well, another show in the books here.
Yeah, another big week. I think next week we'll start lining up our Holy War show.
Well, we can possibly next Tuesday
Yeah.
for Mooney Erson on,
Uh-huh.
on week 9 already. Wow,
know,
next
it's
week.
crazy.
But let's get week 8 and see how it goes, and we'll go from there.
Hopefully, some of these teams that are on the brink, and we like to see any area team get in the playoffs, regardless if there's a team that can make a run or win. But I'd like to see anybody get in the playoffs. It's big.
Now, are you and Sergeant Bob hooking up for something here coming up, or what?
Yeah, well, we're talking about doing. We're talking about Sergeant Bob's. He's going to give me some catering lessons. I think
there
he's
we go.
catering his banquet.
Okay.
And hey, Sergeant Bob from MVP Entertainment. You talk about he's a DJ. He films, but this man can cook. He brought me some eggplant one time when he was doing trivia here. Man, I'm taking that. Everyone's playing for second with that
There
eggplant.
you go. Well, put it on the menu at Bellaria now.
I know. So, Bobby's eggplant.
So is it just Columbiana and Warren are your two shows?
Yeah, Warren, Columbiana, and then here at Kelly's Bar. But Columbiana is going to be open in 2 weeks. I think, that's what we're talking about, Bob, maybe helping us with the commercial and you shooting some of our menu items. So we're excited. We're close, and we're excited.
Do you still have the pizzas here, or no? Or is that
Yeah, we're
you
still
decide on that,
we're
or?
still doing the pizzas here a little bit. We're
different version?
Yeah, we're building it. Yeah, different version, different recipe. We're building a new menu here with some different things, and Columbiana is going to be. The nice part about Bellaria is they have, coming up on 60-year anniversary, but it's a great franchise because they give you a little bit of liberty to do kind of your own things. So that's kind of be our flagship store to try some new stuff. And Columbiana is a great town, but for me, I'm
Where you at in Columbiana, roughly?
we're right on Route 14, right down from the Dutch House. But they're a good little community. They're very
Further
loyal.
down towards the theater? Or no?
In between, no, if you go on Route 14, if you come to the Dutch House, take a left on 14.
Okay.
Before you would get to the new Firestone Farms there.
okay.
But an example of Columbiana, they're close knit. I went and gave a presentation to the Chamber of Commerce in Columbiana, and my presentation was given on a hayride.
Nice.
So throughout the cornfields there. So, but they're just great people. They're nice. They're loyal to their community, and we're excited to be a part of their community.
Cool. Well, that's it for this episode of Yards After Contact. Thanks to Ryan and Kelly's Bar and Sergeant Bob MVT Entertainment for making this happen, and all our guests today. We had a great show. From Dana Ballish to Ron Podesta to Chet Allen to Sean Guerrero and his players and yourself. We had a nice little show, and hopefully we'll keep.
Yeah,
this up.
we got 2 more weeks. I think anybody who hasn't been on the show that wants to be a part of it, give us a call, reach
Well,
out.
this week was easy, man.
Yeah, I mean,
I had one calling me, and one as soon as I made a phone call, I got a call back, and we were booked. Two coaches.
there's like I said,
Sometimes it works, and sometimes it
there's
doesn't.
no excuse. I said it earlier. Listen, man, how strong this guy's got chemo hooked up to him. As we speak, he gets mad that I talk about it. But if you don't watch this show and get inspired, I get inspired sitting next to this man. So, thank you for being a part of it. Thank you for having the show here again. But a couple of weeks, we got to finish strong.
Yeah, and we'll do that. And it's fun here, and you're welcome to come down for our taping. We tape every Tuesday at 7 o'clock.
Yep.
And sometimes we last till it's almost 10 now. So
Uh-huh.
we had a good show, good day.
Absolutely.
And look forward to next week. So thanks again for tuning in. And we're trying to get eyeballs on the show. So tell your friends and your teammates about it. And we'll go from there. See you next week from Kelly's Bar with Yards After Contact.